the MTDCNC podcast, sponsored by Langley Alloys, unique metals for demanding applications, providing first-class performance and an international service.
Welcome to the latest MACH MTD podcast. As we all know, MACH is coming up. I'm going to quickly ask you, where is it, Tom?
The NEC in Birmingham.
When is it, Chloe?
The 15th to the 19th of April.
How many halls are there, Owen?
There's 5 halls, loads of people.
We should know this. This is one of our many podcasts we're doing for MTD, for MACH. So get yourself there. We're going to showcase some of the technology you can expect to see. But a quick introduction. Colin Griffiths, I'm Operations Director. So I'm going to try and get these guys here and make sure all the filming is done, all the podcasts are done, and everything like that. And it all goes successfully, if I can say that, without running out of breath. Tom, what do you do?
I am a technical presenter. So hopefully, I will get to walk around and see all of the new technology and innovations and get to talk about them.
And film them as well.
Yes.
Absolutely. Chloe, yourself, what do you do? Who are you?
Not much. No, joking. I'm project manager, so I deal with the guys' diaries, book all the customers in. Also, I'm an applications engineer of 9 years, so I kind of know my way around a machine tool, and I like to go on camera when I can.
Okay, we'll say no more on that. Thank you very much, Chloe. And then moving on to Rowan. What do you do? Come on, talk us up.
Yeah, cool. Same as these two, technical presenting. Looking forward to MACH. We'll be doing loads of filming throughout the week. It's going to be great. Excellent.
Guys, there you go. Thank you very much. Rowan, Chloe, Tom, need to just build them up a bit because, great experience in terms of engineering. Great presenters. Looking forward to the videos once they're done. But in the meantime, we need to get you all to MACH to go and see all the technology. Reiterate, 15th to 19th of April. Nearly got that wrong, didn't I? So we're going to talk some of the technology today. But first of all, MTD have a stand. I'm going to ask Tom, what stand number is it?
So we are in Hall 19 and we are on stand 549.
Good, I have to remember that because I got it wrong in a previous podcast. I didn't get it wrong, I got corrected, shall we say. And we have we're sharing the stand with somebody else, but we'll come to that in a minute. We're going to go through some of the technology you can see, but also, in fact, I'm going to cover that off with a magazine, which you'll see on this. If you're watching this on video, I'll put that back down now, Chloe, because we'll come to it in a little while.
Sorry,
Blimey.
I was too quick.
Way
Sorry,
too
Carl.
quick off the mark. So, I'm not Carl, I'm Colin. Blimey, that
I was saying sorry to Carl down the lens.
Just checking. Keeping you on your toes. Right, who shall go first? Hoffmann, I think.
Ooh.
So first of all, where are they? What do they do?
So Hoffmann are a solutions provider for everything in and around your machine in your factory. So,
which means what?
At MACH, they will be showcasing solutions for cutting tools, work holding, vending solutions, PPE, and much more. But if you want to find out more about what else they do, obviously you need to visit their stand, which they are in Hall 6, stand 159.
You had to think about that. Now, I'm going to say vending solutions, though. Chloe, you had a good example of vending solutions, didn't you?
I don't know how to approach this. But yeah, what were we talking about in terms of...
It was about how many mLs you used to break on a daily basis.
Well, I feel personally victimised.
Yep,
no, we were talking about that Hoffmann have specialist people.
Yes.
Talk about that and then I'll go on to my story.
Right, so Hoffmann have technical engineers, let's say, up and down the country and around the world because it's a big country.
Global organisation.
Global organisation. But they have specialist engineers in each solution. So
what were those solutions?
So cutting tools, you will have experts in cutting tools, speeds and feeds, depth of cut, materials, that sort of thing. Same with work holding. If you're having trouble machining parts, you can't hold it, that sort of thing. They've got specialists in everything they sell. So obviously with a vending having specialists in vending solution problems as well. And what I mean by that is I don't mean problems in the vending. I mean problems with some companies and their staff. Now, Chloe, I'm not victimizing you, I promise. But you had a great story about breaking 3 to 5 mLs a day.
Yeah, so I'm going to call this bloke Toby. Let's just start there.
Okay, let's just clarify. Other engineers are
available.
Other
engineers are available and female engineers, by the way.
Toby could be a girl.
We had an instance where this company had a vending machine, and when your stock gets low, say if it can fit 15 mLs in the drawer, when it gets to about 2 or 3 or 2, it will reorder to get up to that 15 again. Anyway, Toby was not... not utilising, but instead of an end mill lasting a whole week and then coming to the next week and then using a different end mill, he was going through 5 in a week. And if you think about that, 40 quid for an end mill, 5 per week, Colin?
Hey,
£200?
correct.
Okay, there we go.
you
£200, which is a lot. And if you've got a vending machine, it obviously prints out receipts and it says this, that, and the other. It can also pinpoint who's taking it. So Toby had a login. He was printing it. Right, he's used a face mill this day. He's used a face mill. What is going wrong? And you shouldn't be spending this amount of money. So basically, it's keeping track. It's organising. And what happened was the cycle of the speeds and fees was not correct for the application. So what was happening is he was basically blending the end mills into the material, just completely knackering them up. So they had to change the application for the part, the cycle, and basically then they were back to using 1 end mill a week. But that can basically cut out things.
I'm going to ask this because I want to, and I got him first. So it can identify a number of things, upskilling the engineer, actually the wrong machining, the way that
Process,
machining
yeah.
incorrectly. Someone could be nicking stuff.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah, but you've got
Not
to log in,
Toby.
so you're not.
Yeah.
You've got to log in and stuff. But a Hoffmann, to have specialised people, they'll come in and do the vending machine and go, oh, maybe you'll have to speak to the apps engineer who can then verify the tooling situation that's going on here.
So it all ties in nicely together.
Yeah.
Whole solution outside your machine and in your machine.
Yeah, and obviously Hoffmann will get a print off, like you said, of the vending machine. So
Basically a receipt, isn't it?
they'll know where things are going wrong. So obviously then their specialist can come in and fix that problem, save you money, save you time, and yeah, just to help everybody out. Now, just before we move on, Hoffmann have a slogan, is that the right word? Which I just want to get across and see what you think to it. So, we make our customers more successful by increasing productivity and simplifying procurement.
There you go.
Well, so what happens when people come on the stand actually to come and see the Hoffmann products, talk to the salespeople, talk to the specialists? How can they find that? How can they see how that works?
So if you're having problems in your machine shop, and this doesn't have to just be tooling, by the way, or work holding. This can be PPE.
And they do a lot of 5S solutions as well.
Yeah,
so shadow boards and custom drawers where each tool fits in.
Did you used to work at Hoffmann?
No.
But what's great?
You obviously all know your stuff. What about robot arm?
Well, just before that, I just want to say we visited an event last year, and I visited the Hoffmann stand, and obviously you don't want to walk onto a stand and want to try and find a solution for one thing, but have to battle your way through.
Yeah.
Hoffmann, their stand will be sort of cut up into each solution, so you can find the right expert for the right solution you need. Now, you were just about to mention robots.
Well, I went to an exhibition a little while ago, and I'm sure Hoffmann had a robot arm on there as well as another solution.
Well,
You'll have to go to the stand to find out.
exactly.
There you go. That wasn't pre-prepared at all, but thank you very much, Chloe.
It's no problem. I'm always here.
There you go. Right, now, that was a fantastic little overview of Hoffmann. Any more questions, though, get yourself to the stand, which was?
They are in Hall 6, stand 159.
There you go. Thank you very much for that. Now, next, a bit of Mastercam. Rowan, I understand, are you the expert on this?
Not particularly. I've never actually used Mastercam myself personally.
no then.
No, but they're a really good cam system. There's a lot of customers a lot of end users we go to day in, day out that use Mastercam a lot for not just jobbing parts up. It's 5-axis, it's full finishing. And there's a lot of really interesting tech that's going to be on show at the Mastercam stand. So they are going to be in Hall 17, stand 330. So go check those out. And the tech they're showing, they've got one really interesting feature called dynamic motion, which is all about looking at not just writing a toolpath given some geometry. It's about if you're doing like some roughing, some troidal roughing, it'll look at what swarf is left, the stock that's left uncut, and it'll look at the toolpath that the tool is taking, and it'll try and maintain the chip thickness that the tool is going to achieve in cut. And that means they don't just program a single speed and feed rate. They'll instead change line by line the speed and feed rate to maintain the chip thickness.
That's cool.
Optimizing
cycles, which is really cool.
I was just saying, won't that lower your cycle time and obviously increase your end mill, your tool life? Because we've all been there, all three of us, where you've cut
Just take it off.
you've cut a part out.
What do you mean take it off?
Take the excess material.
Yeah,
Sorry. Should have
Right,
gone
come on,
to
pitch
that.
one
Bit
track
to
here,
that,
please.
but I mean, like when you're taking a pocket out, let's say, and it's just nibbling the corners out, and it
yeah.
seems the machine's doing
Nothing.
100 mile an hour, and there's nothing coming out. So
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's about maintaining that load on the tool as well, which, like you say, is good for tool life. So that's really interesting. There's also a live demo doing some mill turn optimization. I've seen on
Mill
on
turn or
description-
turn mill?
Well, mill
We discussed this
They've said
previously.
mill turn, so I'm going to call
Just
it mill
to
turn.
clarify.
I'm looking forward to this because I do love a good mill turn machine. I would
Yeah.
love to run one day,
Yeah, would
So-
anybody let you loose on one though?
One
Tom?
probably
day.
not,
Oh, okay.
and
Sorry.
definitely not Chloe.
Anyway, carry on, Rowan.
Especially after her
Getting
milling.
brutal.
It is, it's
So they're
rude.
doing some visualization of this mill turning as well, so that'll be interesting. The tech they're also showing is accelerated finishing, which is all about using complex form tools, so lens cutters, barrel mills, taper mills, all the really complex form tools you people use to finish kind of weird forms in one
For
hit.
special applications,
Very
kind
special
of.
applications, yeah, normally. So there's be like custom tools that you'd be using, so you can draw those profiles in Mastercam and then use their accelerated finishing paths to get really good surface finishes, and I assume optimize your cycle times.
Amazing.
So that's really interesting. What I love as well is they've got kind of a third-party company. I think they've actually bought this company. The company's called Postability. They're from Canada. These guys are going to be on site, on the stand, and they're going to be available. Postability is the name, but they make machine posts. So they're experts in designing and programming post processors that work with Mastercam. Now, post-processing is like, it's a bit of a dark art.
Yeah.
And I think if people have slightly weird machine tools, weird configurations, like some people with a Haas VMC, for example, just a standard 3-axis VMC, just use a standard post. Really, or if it's a FANUC, just a standard
But
post.
what
is
if you've
great.
got one from 40 years ago?
If you've got an old machine or
Yeah.
a weirdly configured machine or a 12-axis machine, then suddenly what worked on a 3-axis using just
drowning.
FANUC G codes
Yeah.
won't work on a more complicated machine. So post processors in that space, it's really nice to have a custom company who are experts that can build one of those for you. Because you could write them yourselves or you could hire someone, but it's best to go to an expert.
It's kind of a downfall with that, isn't it, in CAD-CAM? You've got all your programming, you've done all your tool paths, and you literally just want to get it on the machine. You've got all the machine configure out, but you need a post to be able to post the configuration of the program to your specific machine.
Yeah, absolutely. And you might have weird, awkward stuff, like you might have to go in and delete a line after every tool change
Yeah.
because it's got the wrong M code in it. And it
Oh,
alarms
annoying.
Out. It's so annoying when you've got this beautiful program and you just want to run it and you can't. 'Cause
But you're
post isn't
wasting
right.
time. You need to get onto the machine and cut.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
So
Okay, I'm
go
getting the
talk
vibe
to
that
Postability.
you've had this issue before.
Just a few.
Yeah, so
Just a
they're
few.
really, really interesting guys. Custom machine simulation, machine shop standards, operator preferences. These guys, they have a lot of experience in manufacturing, not just building posts. It's about what operators want to see in the program. What's the easiest way for the operators to use that program? Also, Mastercam are really into integrating with ERP systems and other stock systems and whatnot. So if you raise a work order or an invoice and send that down to the shop floor, then I don't know how, but that can integrate with Mastercam in some way. And machine shops are starting to use more digital, more software like ERP systems, like MRP systems. And
You've got to these days.
they
You've got to
can
use
integrate.
those ERP, MRP systems.
That was a good thing to go see, though, to get your teeth into
Again,
and go and
just go-
see them at the stand.
Need to go see them at the
check out
stand.
Mastercam.
I think you came up with an example where a guy turned up with a
Yeah,
component.
so we.
I don't know if Mastercam are doing this, but it was
I'd do that.
Well, we.
Yeah,
we-
show up with a component, show up with a
Yeah.
model, throw
Yeah,
a
yeah,
USB
bring it.
stick
we-
out
we
and
were
ask them
talking
to
about it
program
earlier,
it.
wasn't it? If you're in
I'm sure
trouble
they'll be
with a
bored
model-
otherwise.
I'll be
won't
back in
they?
an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring on a memory stick, give it them and say, I need that. No, we were talking to a guy lately who had moved to sliding head machines and his cam software wouldn't work. They went back and forth, could not get it to work. He visited a show, saw the machine he had on a CAD cam software stand running perfectly, spoke to the guys and ordered the cam software the next day. So it's one of the things, sort of seeing is believing.
Yeah.
If you think, well, this mine won't work and it'll never work, come to Mike, speak to the guys, obviously speak to the post-processor guys, and stop trying to knife and fork your way through program. Just get it working.
There you go. I think that's another great example of what we've reiterated in the podcast so far about Mac. Is you've got to get yourself there ready to find out, see all the technology and get it working for you and buy what you want. Actually, is that fair?
Yeah, absolutely. So Mastercam Hall 17 330.
You've read my mind. There you go, Mastercam.
We're getting used to this now,
Trying to
aren't
save
we?
some time.
Ceratizit, I'm going to say next. Now, this is a nice little segue, if I can use the word segue, because I don't know what it means, but our MTD magazine, which I'm sure you've all seen out there, we have a fantastic picture. I know this is for the video guys, not the audio guys, but it was at the Ceratizit Technology Day.
It was.
Great picture. So this is the January issue. We've got the MACH special coming out very soon, if it's not out already when this podcast go out. So get that copy of the magazine, which is being distributed at MACH as well. So moving on swiftly, great picture there. Ceratizit Technology Day, and I'm leading to. They've got a stand at MACH, haven't they?
They do. So they are in Hall 19, and they are at stand 340. Now, I could talk about Ceratizit all day long because I've used their tooling, so you may have to stop me here, I'm afraid. But they've got a really big stand this year, and they will be showcasing all their highlighted tooling and new developments from the past 18 months. So there's some great tooling there, but I don't really want to go into it. You need to go and see it.
It's amazing to think like how they pick the tools, because they've got like 200,000 tools.
How do you pick it? You know,
like which one? Do you think they just close? Do you think they close their eyes and just drop the book and wait see what it opens?
I think it's probably a bit more technical than that. I might be wrong. And
every single product's technical, so just pick one. It'll be great. I'll show it off.
Now, do the one that looks multicoloured.
Well, they're bringing
a fancy looking one.
I despair you two down that end, Rowan and Chloe. Absolutely useless. Back to Tom.
Sorry, Tom.
Oh. Well, they're actually bringing two bits of technology that I want to quite focus on, and one is called the Comflex.
Comflex.
The Comflex, which is, and let me get this right, is a machine measure and correct software. Well, it's not just software, but so they now have a boring system, which is also relates to the Blum probe.
Yeah.
So this will automatically bore, measure. If it's wrong, it will automatically make sure it's right.
Yeah. So this boring system, let's break it down. How do you bore? What machine are you boring on? What kind of tool are you using? What's happening?
God, that's a bit brutal. I don't think.
I'm just interested. I want to know more about it.
Tommy will speak into his microphone in a second rather than.
Now, I'm not an expert in this, but I do have.
You know what you can do though?
A press release.
You can go to the stand.
Yes.
And ask.
So anyway. just for you, Rowan, it's a fully automated production of precision holes, enclosed loop operations. I know you love all this software stuff, so that's why I'm coming to you.
Sounds good.
It ensures the defined quality requirements for the workpiece.
So it does a cut, measure, cut, basically, without you having to do
Exactly.
anything. Cool.
That's all you need to say, Tom.
Significant time saving, which is I'm going for this one. So obviously, we've all been there. You've made a part. You have to take it off, take it to the CMM. Oh, no, that's wrong. Take it back. Put it back on the machine. Probe it, clock it all up. All done on the machine.
Just beautiful, isn't it?
It's just
We've not seen it yet.
You know
I'm
what
sure
you can
it
do?
is, and repeatable accuracy straight away. That's what you want. Anyway, next one, Rowan. Not Rowan.
No.
You're Rowan down the end there. I'm talking to Tom now.
This one is.
Easily
I'm going to
mistaken.
lean on Rowan's expertise in this one because this is the Comtronic, which is a programmable boring head, and you can program it straight off the control. So you can program lathe stuff on a mill.
Is that what I told you just off camera?
No, definitely not. Not even word for word, neither.
No, not at all.
Say that again. Say it again.
So you can. It's a programmable boring head.
Okay.
But it's made for milling machines.
Yes.
Let's be clear, because boring you can do on a lathe just with a fixed boring bar.
tool, yeah.
Because your part is turning.
Of course,
On
yeah.
a milling machine,
On the milling machine, your tool spins.
exactly.
And
So
your
you can't bore with a fixed.
Hold on a milling
boring
machine. You
tool.
told. Oh, you told. So I do
Yeah.
apologise. I'll tell you what. I'll be quiet. I'll let you guys
Engineers are
chat.
talking.
Engineers are talking.
Whoa.
Yeah, so
Shots fired over
with,
here.
with that, you'd have to. How does that work?
I'll tell you what. You
know
need
what?
Guess what?
Go. What do you
Go
to
the
Mac and
stand.
find out?
Yeah.
But
This is such a tease, this, isn't
it is. But
That's
this
what you-
this is
What we're
mostly.
reiterating.
used-
That's really interesting, though. I'm interested.
Well, it's mostly used by customers who manufacture batch production.
yeah.
Where reamers are involved because
You
Take
got
that out.
loads of different,
Take
loads
it
of
out.
different sizes of
Take it out.
reamers.
exactly
Filling up your tool in
Reamers where-
packages.
and it's one of them things where
You said
lights
you're-
out running. If your reamer wears and it runs through the night, you can be scrapping
Yeah.
part.
Oh my
part,
god, yeah,
part.
yeah, yeah.
You'd have to
Where-
have sister tooling.
No.
You can't adjust it. You
It's
can't
quicker,
gotta
it's easier,
regrind
and
it.
you know for a
It's
fact.
more cost effective.
Yeah. Now, that's not all.
Ooh.
So
Hold
they
on,
will
Tom, you've had more
have.
than your
There's
fair
more.
share.
I'm sorry.
There's more.
Yeah,
I
there's
think
two
you
more
very-
things.
You need to keep it very brief.
Right.
Get the
They
get
will
yourself to stand.
have.
We sat here for 2 days.
Well, no.
It shows up for 5 days, so they can
Yeah,
go
so
back.
we're all going. They're going to have an interactive vice and work holding display.
Interactive. How's
So
it going to be
you
interactive?
can have a play with it.
I can't wait.
Can you
Just please don't break it.
do you win anything?
Well, we have to wait and
You
see.
need to get yourself to Ceratizit.
I'll be on that
Last but
stand.
not least,
And
on
then
Ceratizit.
Final
So
thing
selfish,
is
aren't you? Always
they
try.
will be
Come on.
showcasing their full vending solutions.
Oh, well, we told
Our machine shop, their warehouse in your machine shop.
There you go. So
Now-
we've spoken about vending solutions
Yep.
earlier. So another option.
Exactly.
Cool. What stand number? Just to
So
reiterate.
they are in Hall 19, stand 340.
There you go. There you have it for Ceratizit. Now, MTD have a stand, as we all know, which is stand number. Oh, Rowan, I'm going to put you under pressure. Can you remember?
It is. I've got it written down somewhere.
Hall 19,
can't
That
find
one.
my- I've
That
got
one
so
there.
many.
549.
There you go. Thank you. That sounded like Tom because it was Tom. So
So it's Hall 19, 549,
But it's
so we were
not-
talking over each other.
we had a huge stand last time. We were doing our podcast the other day, talking about the technology that we had seen and customers had seen and exhibitors had seen. But it's not just about MTD on that stand. Now, Chloe, you are going to tell us more, I think, please.
Yes, I have the exciting task of explaining why we have somebody else on our stand. Flegg, who are one of our proud sponsors, are going to be sharing the stand with us this year. We've been working closely with Flegg, who are a machine tool mover. They are for machine tool dealers and end users. Flegg are your partner in machine tool moving. So anything too small, anything too big, they can do it, and they do it to a T. We will have something on the stand which is called a Landol PT40 forklift, and it's not just your average forklift. It's to come to our stand and find out, because it's going to be doing something amazing.
Be amazed by this forklift.
Be amazed by this
It's
forklift.
huge.
And it, like I said, it's not just a it's so much more than a forklift. So I'll just reiterate, Hall 19,
Get it right.
stand 549.
But it's not
and
just-
we've worked very sorry.
No, I'll tell you what
We've-
I'll do. It's not just about that forklift, is it? Because we've done a recent visit, I understand.
I'm
But that-
just about to say that.
you know what? I'll shut up, shall I, Chloe? Sorry.
So obviously, I work very closely with our end users, and Flegg, I've been working very closely with him, and we've just done. Tom and Chris have just done a video shoot with them last week, Thursday and Friday, where they picked up the machine, they travelled with the machine, dropped the machine off, skated it in, and levelled it as
Hold on,
well.
let's just clarify. It wasn't Tom and Chris doing it. They were doing the
They
filming.
were doing the filming,
thank
but
the Lord for
what I
that.
do want to say from an engineer's point of view is people sometimes just think it's as easy as picking a machine up, putting it on the lorry and sending it off. That's the easy bit. The easy bit is probably putting the machine on, strapping it down and travelling 300 miles to wherever you're going. The hard bit is working as a team to make sure this machine or more machines get off that lorry or transit in one piece with no damaging. Obviously, Flegg go out and do a site survey to make sure, for one, the machine's going to fit through the door.
Yeah, because there can be a lot of last-minute problems.
Oh my
can't
gosh!
there,
And
with machine
even just
moving?
sometimes a lot of machines have an electrical cabinet on the side that comes out, or maybe your chuck head on the side of your machine comes out the side, and you haven't put that into evaluation.
In the 2D drawing when
In
you're
the
trying to get
2D
it through
drawing,
the,
when you're trying to get it
through the
through.
bay door.
Or maybe you have to put it on a tilt, or you have to pick it up long end, but you haven't got any forklifts to pick it up
If
long
you've got
end.
a tight machine shop, you can't even get the forklift round.
Sometimes you have
so
to
many
knock walls
machines.
down and everything, but the Flegg will
crazy.
be
On-
there.
on
Absolutely
purpose, not
crazy.
accidentally.
Yeah.
No, but not accidentally, but to fit the machine in. Like, there's so many things that Flegg have to think about. And what I'm trying to say is it's not just as easy as picking up a machine and dropping it off. The hard thing is working as a team, getting the machine down on the floor, and the lads and women work together and skate in a machine. So say if you've got a little 2-axis lathe, all right, they come quite small, don't they? They can come big, but some of them come quite small, quite a box-shaped machine. In and out, perfect. What if you've got a big 5-axis gantry machine that's over 30, 40 tons? You know, how the hell are you going to get
If you
that in?
send, yeah, if
I
you
know how I'd
send
get
that-
it in. find Mark at Flegg.
There you go. But Flegg are just fantastic at what they do. And if you need a machine tool mover, they are the people to speak to. And they'll be on the stand. So if you do want to come and speak to them, come to the stand.
Tom, how was your trip and your video shoot on that?
Obviously, I've
keep it brief, sir, because we've got the video.
Yeah, well, I'm not. Obviously, where I worked before, was a machinist before, we had machines delivered in, and you just think, oh, these guys have dropped it, scaled it in, job done.
It's something to watch.
But obviously, this video coming soon will show what actually goes into it, because it's all the little things you don't think about, which all the extra little bits of equipment that they add to the lorry, and like you said, how they work together as a team, because you've got 3-4 lads, and they're all ladies, and they're all hand signals and stuff, and
you know what it makes me think of? I watched a show called Below Deck, right, and they have to navigate a boat into a port, right, and you've got port and starboard side, and the captain who's steering the boat needs to know the measurements, needs to know the feet, that side. The bloke steering the forklift, if he's got a massive machine there, he can't see left, right,
he
forward,
can't see anything.
So he needs to depend on the lads telling him, I've got 1 metre that way, I've got 3 foot that way, I've got, metric and different imperial feet there, but you need to be able to talk to each other. If Steve just goes, oh mate, you've got about 1 inch there, when he's got a metre, you're not working together because he's too busy looking at something else, so you need to really pull your grits together.
It's just all hands on
together.
deck.
So it's all about teamwork.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
It's all hands on deck.
There you go.
They work together so well.
Guys, time is running on, so I'm going to cut. I am going to cut you off there, Tom.
Sorry, that was Hall 19, stand 549.
Come check out the True Grits.
And the MTD team.
I didn't ask you what stand number it was, but thanks, Clive, for
Well,
that. So that's MTD and Flegg on one stand. So get yourself to MACH 2024. I'm going to say it this time, NEC Birmingham, just off the M42. Don't rely on Rowan for that direction, though. So we look forward to seeing you there. Enjoy the show.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the MTDCNC podcast, sponsored by Langley Alloys, specialists in a wide range of exotic materials for any application for all your engineering needs.